OSRC News at 7. Ondo State Government establishes 9 agro-logistics centers as Ayedatiwa flags off construction of 3.5-kilometer road projects in Ilaje. Security agencies deploy officers, equipment ahead Independence Day celebration. President Tinubu swears in Justice Kudirat Kekeriekun as Chief Justice of Nigeria. And from the foreign scene, death toll in Nepal floods rises to 193 as dozens still missing. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on OSRC television. My name is Oyewumi Ayenigbara. Ondo State's Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has re-emphasized the place of agriculture as the backbone of the state economy. The governor was speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony of the 3.5 would help address the economic gap between rural and urban areas by facilitating smoother transportation and creating opportunities for local farmers. Meanwhile, Governor Ayedatiwa has announced the establishment of 9 agro-logistics centers across the 3 senatorial districts of the state, with Ibuta Ekpare selected as one of the beneficiaries. The Administrative Secretary of the Directorate of Rural and Community Development and Chairman of the State Project Monitoring Committee of RAM, Mr. Wole Akekotu, reiterated the administration's proactive stance in participating in RAM. He cited Governor Ayedatiwa's commitment and the desire to reshape perceptions surrounding rural accessibility, adding that Director General of Ondo RAM, Adeniyi Adelabu, thanked the governor for honoring its promise. He recounted several occasions where the governor expressed his commitment to establishing road links between rural access areas and urban centers. Adelabu commended the governor for treating the project with urgency, as the primary challenge in rural area is poor road infrastructure, which leads to farm produce being abandoned on the farms. Meanwhile, on the state's Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Olayato Aribo, has reassured residents of the state of the government's commitment to revitalizing agriculture for food sufficiency. Aribo, who was a guest on the circuit, a program organized by Osrc Orange FM Chapel of Nigerian Union of Journalists, announced the allocation of 100,000 hectares for farming initiatives. He urged individuals and organizations to engage in agriculture to further enhance food security in the state, emphasizing collaborative efforts to boost local production and address food shortages. OSRC Said Aribusala has more.
The United Nations predicts that by 2030, 82 million Nigerians, approximately 64% of the population, may face hunger due to inflation and insecurity, necessitating urgent action to improve food provisions. The activities of the Ondo State government in the area of agriculture falls under the spotlight as the state's Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Mr. Olayato Aribo, is hosted as guest on the circuit, a monthly program organized by the Osrc Orange FM Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists to engage stakeholders in various sectors. The Agriculture Commissioner, who was accompanied by top members of the ministry, were received by the Osrc Chairman, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, represented by Director of Finance and Administration, Segun Fadayomi, the NUJ Chapel Chairperson, Odunayo Sawyer, and management staff of the broadcast outfit.
As we gather here today, our nation faces numerous challenges in agriculture and forestry, from food security to environmental sustainability. It is another opportunity on this program to engage in robust discussions and seek practical solutions as we delve into the state of agriculture in Nigeria.
During the event, Aribo highlighted critical challenges in agriculture such as declining interest among youth, inadequate modern equipment, and insecurity. He proposed several government initiatives to enhance food sufficiency, including disclassification of certain forest reserves for farming and youth empowerment.
We are going to put our people in cluster farming. So we will clear all those land that we have identified as government land, community land that are available. We will clear it, put all these farmers in clusters. With that, they will. We can conveniently provide security for them. We have also been talking to institutions, tertiary institutions that have available land, like FUTA, FECA, Wapole, and so on. Most of these institutions are fenced around. They don't have problem of insecurity. So we'll help them to clear and also allocate all this land. Also get involved in the production of breeders, winners and fatteners for sales to farmers and partners generally. That's the area of, we trained about 5,000 youths and women between last year and this year. We also empower them, also trying to introduce technology. Last time we bought field power tillers which we distributed to farmers, and we will buy more this year by God's grace, this year, so next year. The governor has graciously set up Amoteku Rangers to protect farmers and their farm.
Aribo noted that the government has already distributed seedlings and agricultural tools to support local farmers. The Agriculture Commissioner encouraged individuals and religious organizations to invest in agriculture as a viable business.
We've been liaising with the Commissioner for Education to also reintroduce school garden back to our schools. They have also been registering our farmers in the state. We also want to know them. To date, we have registered about 47,000 farmers, but we need to profile them. We have also acquired GIS equipment for agriculture and forest land mapping.
Audience members raised questions about access to loans and government investments in agricultural projects like the Egg Powder Factory and Jugbere Cocoa Estate. Aribo reiterated that government efforts are vital for revitalizing agriculture in Ondo State and ensuring food security. Sahira Ribisala, Osrc News.
You're still watching Osrc News at 7. After the break, President Tinubu swears in Justice Kudirat Kukirepo as Chief Justice of Nigeria. We'll bring you this and more. Please do join us.
Ambition.
My G, for our ambition, we go hard.
We go day night till we make it.
We go hard till we find that perfect beat.
The perfect beat, the one the world will put on repeat.
So we chase greatness in every moment, making every naira count. We put out content after content till it's comment after comment. And with Glow by our side,
we have more to offer.
Because the MyG bundle comes with bonuses giving you way more data value and way more steez on IG, Snapchat, TikTok, WhatsApp, Glow TV, Audiomack, and Boomplay in one fly package. Dial *312# now and select MyG bundle.
Glow Unlimited.
Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow Nigerians are planning nationwide protest on October 1, coinciding with the country's 64th Independence Day, following the recent End Bad Governance protests that occurred from August 1 to 10. In Akure, opinion leaders stressed the need for peace and stability amid ongoing economic challenges, emphasizing the importance of unity during these turbulent times. Joy Pius concludes the report by highlighting the urgent call for dialogue and constructive engagement to address the nation's pressing issues.
Some young Nigerians are gearing up for another nationwide protest on October 1, coinciding with Nigeria's 64th Independence Day, to voice concerns over pressing national issues. However, the execution of these protests remain uncertain. Stakeholders express worries that the demonstrations could disrupt commercial activities and threaten public safety.
I think it is one way to show dissatisfaction with the present state of the nation. It is another way also to let the ruling class know that Nigerians are suffering, that the economic policies of the government has not really yielded the required or the necessary result. So for me, protest is good and protest is constitutional. So those that want to protest, they know that they are doing that and being protected under the law. But we also need to be cautious of whatever we want to do. We need to be cautious because what happened during the NSAS protest is still very fresh in our memory in Ondo State. Yes, you may want to say people are protesting in Abuja, people are protesting in Akure. You want to protest in Ondo State. You can do that. But protest must not always end on the street. After protest, there's need for young people to come up with a position paper and present to the ruling class so that they can listen and hear the yearnings of the Nigerian people.
Opinion leaders emphasized the need for peace, progress, and stability amid ongoing economic challenges, urging Nigerians to reflect on the sacrifices of past heroes and foster unity.
Despite all odds, our youths are to be advised. They should be courteous. Our youth should not go on rampage at this very time. What they should do is for us to endure a bit. Let us endure. Let us be prayerful. We should endeavor to build on what our forefathers, what they labored for. We should not be the one to destroy. At times, you may say it's going to be a peaceful protest, and it may be hijacked by the hoodlums in the town. Then it may result into sudden death.
Protest has stopped working in Nigeria because protest has been politicized. And the moment something is not pure, sincere, it doesn't work. That is just the truth. Whenever we have protests, you'll see some particular persons trying to use that avenue to settle their scores with the government of the day. For example, you heard of the last protest, some persons who contested who probably did not win and now trying to get back at the government or this or that. Of course, the reason for the protest might be genuine, but the intention for the protest might not be genuine. I would advise as a priest that our lives are so dear, and going out there to waste our time, going out there to waste our dear lives is not worth it. What we should do is to cry to the different associations that we have that are representing the citizens to cry or to talk on our behalf.
Security agencies have been tasked with ensuring adequate safety measures are in place for the planned protests on October 1. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
Meanwhile, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has assured Nigerians of better days, stated that despite increasingly bumpy times, Nigeria will triumph definitely. The Senate President, at an interdenominational church service held in Abuja to mark Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary, urged the citizens also described President Bola Tinubu's dedication to the Nigerian project as inspiration. Akpabio acknowledged the indomitable spirit of Nigerians and their ability to withstand and overcome challenges since the earliest struggles for independence. In the meantime, the management of the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company (IBEDC) has stressed its commitment to providing an uninterrupted power supply nationwide. The company stated that this would help improve the economic development of the nation as part of its contribution to celebrating Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary. The acting managing director of IBEDC, Francis Agoha, in a statement and said electricity is the backbone of any nation's economy and IBEDC remains committed to enhance lives and supports economic growth. Agoha warned that energy theft is a punishable offense under the law and could attract a 3-year jail term. He urged customers to report any cases of energy theft or suspicious activities to IBEDC to ensure the continued safety and reliability of electricity distribution in their communities. As soon on Independence Day, the Federal Capital Territory Police Command says it has commenced deployment of personnel and equipment ahead of the independence celebration. The command was, however, silent over its preparation for the protest scheduled for the same day. The spokesperson, Josephine Ade, said the deployment included explosive ordnance disposal personnel, anti-riot equipment, and visibility policing, among others. She added that this was to ensure residents have a peaceful Independence Day celebration. Ade also said there would be traffic diversion in areas likely to witness large crowds, especially Eagle Square. Also, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) has deployed 3,500 personnel across the Federal Capital Territory in a proactive measure to ensure security during Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary tomorrow. In a statement signed by the NSCDC FCT Command spokesperson Samuel Idoko, it was noted that the deployment aims to maintain public safety, safeguard critical national assets, and protect public and private properties throughout the celebrations. Personnel will be strategically positioned throughout the FCT, covering all area campuses at the city center to prevent any potential arrests. The FCT NSCDC Commandant Dr. Olushola Adim Odumusu emphasized the importance of the Corps roles in ensuring a peaceful celebration. He also called for cooperation among security agents and agencies to ensure a seamless security operation throughout the festivities. And away from the independence-related stories, we move on. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Justice Kudirat Kekereekun. Kekereekun took an oath of office and signed an oath register at the Council Chamber of the State House, Abuja, today. She has taken the oath of office for the second time in 5 weeks. Kekereekun succeeds Justice Olukayode Ariwola, who assumed office on 27 June 2022 and bowed out on 22 August 2024 upon attaining the retirement age of 70 years. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has revealed that more than 40% of Nigerians now enjoy 20 hours of power supply daily across the country. Adelabu, in a statement in Abuja, said the feat was achieved through revolutionary measures taken by the Ministry of Power with the support of President Bola Tinubu as part of its renewed hope agenda to galvanize the economy. He credited the achievement in the power sector to the bold steps taken by his administration, with President Tinubu's consistent advocacy for stable and consistent power supply as a means to achieve breakthrough in industrialization. Adelabu added that the generation of more than 5,500 megawatts of power was one of the ministry's significant achievements in the last year, with plans to improve further by the end of the year. The Director General, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Moji Adeyeye, has issued a warning to members of the Nigerian Association of Patent and Proprietary Medicine Dealers, NAPMED, regarding the purchase of substandard drugs. She emphasized the urgent need for stringent measures to combat substandard and falsified medical products in the country. The DG, represented by the agency's Director of Post-Marketing Surveillance, Fradin Bitters, delivered this warning to the NAPMED members during a one-day sensitization campaign in Abuja. She outlined key strategies for avoiding falsified products, which include sourcing from reputable suppliers and ensuring all products meet regulatory standards. The Kano State Police Command said it had recovered remarkable success in its efforts to ensure public safety and prevent crimes. The Kano State Commissioner of Police, Salman Dogo Gaba, made this known during a press conference held at the command's Bompal Police Headquarters. Represented by the command's Public Relations Officer, SP Abdullahi Kiwaya, he stated that the command successfully arrested 89 notorious criminals, including 15 armed robbery suspects, 10 suspected drug dealers, and 1 human trafficking suspect. Kiyawa added that the command's strategic decision to embark on robust community engagement, intelligence-led operations, and round-the-clock visibility patrols has yielded positive results, with 43 suspects charged to court and 46 others undergoing investigation. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, said it has deployed a team to monitor River Benue and River Niger following the release of water from Lagdo Dam in Cameroon. NEMA spokesperson Manzo Ezekiel noted that some communities had already been affected by the water released from the Lagdo Dam. Meanwhile, the federal government has predicted 5 days of heavy rainfall, which may lead to flooding in 15 states. The flood prediction obtained from the National Flood Early Warning System Center of the Federal Ministry of Environment also urged stakeholders to take note. The center indicated that the identified locations and environs are likely to witness heavy rainfall that may lead to flood within the period of prediction from September 29 to October 3, 2024. And now to the foreign scene. Search and rescue operations are on the way in central Nepal, where at least 190 people have died after heavy floods. Dozens are still missing in the Kathmandu Valley, where some parts remain isolated by landslides. Bless Novi is here with the report.
Excavators and crew plunge through thick layers of mud where people's homes once stood. They are hoping to find survivors, but after Nepal's deadly flooding in decades, attention has been shifting to recovering bodies.
All
the security forces, including the army and the police, are working together. We found 14 bodies yesterday and 13 more today in the afternoon. The search operation is continuing.
In the hilly terrain of the Ding district outside the capital, buses were swept off roads by powerful mudslides. In the valleys below, families now grieve for the 35 people who lost their lives here. Some residents are still shocked by nature's brute force. while others try to continue with their lives. Aid agencies say many people are now in dire need and are at risk of disease.
There's a lot of challenges, particularly in the rural areas, because there are whole communities that remain cut off. So our teams within the southern part of Nepal are working with our partners, working with government, trying to get out to those communities. We have identified multiple communities that require support with food and shelter, and we have started with the support in that area.
Key roads in the Kathmandu Valley remain cut off by debris. The government was shut down for 3 days. Weather disasters have claimed more than 260 lives in Nepal this year, and experts warn that climate change will make monsoon seasons deadlier each year. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
Still on the foreign scene, Lebanon's caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati says more and more people have been forced to leave their homes due to Israel's bombardment of Lebanon. Strikes in the past 3 days have hit Beirut, the Bekaa Valley, and the south of the country. 1 million people are said to be on the move, and at least 50,000 have fled on foot to neighboring Syria. Kolawole Adirunke completes the story.
The weight of this conflict is bearing down on all of Lebanon. The Syrian children, who have never known life anywhere except this country, they now return to war on Syria because Lebanon is no longer safe for them. The intense Israeli bombing and the prospect of a grand invasion have people worried about their safety, and some parents are sending their children away.
We were forced to leave Syria and came to Lebanon, where we were received with great hospitality. Now we're going back to my country, Syria. Lebanon is also our country, and we feel sad to leave. The Israelis have attacked and destroyed our second country, Lebanon. I cry because of the children who were killed by the Israelis.
The Japanese government estimates nearly 1.5 million Syrian refugees are in Lebanon. It's a painful goodbye for some. They don't know when they will be reunited.
I'm from Daraa in Syria. We were forced to leave Daraa because of the war. And now we are forced to leave Lebanon. We lived in Nabatea in southern Lebanon.
People have come from all over Lebanon. Some were displaced from the south and went to the capital, but then Beirut was bombed. Others have come from the Bekaa Valley, part of which are Ishbak strongholds. Israel has increased its targeting of Bekaa in recent days. Dozens of Syrian refugees have been killed. According to the UN, tens of thousands of people have crossed into Syria in the last few days, and nearly a fifth of the population have been forced from their homes within Lebanon. People here fear the country is edging closer to all-out war with Israel. Adirunke Kolawole, Osrc News.
And with that report from the foreign scene, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, a quick look at the major stories. We told you that the Ondo State government has established 9 agro-logistics centers as Governor Aida to a flags of construction of 3.5-kilometer road project in Ilaje. Security agencies has deployed officers, equipment ahead the 64th Independence Day celebration. And we told you that Justice Kudirat Kekiriako has been sworn in as the 23rd Substantive Chief Justice, succeeding Justice Olukayode Aru.